Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are all having a blessed day. So listen, every time I make a video, the Ironhead is sitting there behind me, and I've had several of you asking me questions about where we're at on it. Well, so anyway, we just got the fenders painted. We had to do that. It had been sitting in this guy's garage. I bought it from an estate sale, and it had been sitting for about 23 years. And there was just stuff piled on it. And I don't know what dripped on the back fender, but bleach something. But anyway, it had taken the shine off, and it just was not good. So I had to repaint the front fender, the rear fender, and get that done. But the bike is 100% except for the rear wheel. Someone somewhere put a 16-inch on it, and I gotta find the 18-inch rear wheel. I'll probably find one in the swap meet to put back on it. So anyway, when I went to get it painted, I had to do a color match. And this little thing right here is the color and all the codes on the back. Well, the color match cost $100, but they had to match it absolutely perfect. So anyway, if I ever need paint again, I've got my code right there. So anyway, this is the original tank. And as you can see, it's got a couple little minor chips, but for a 50-year-old tank, it looks pretty good. And this is what makes these things valuable, is when you have the original AMF Harley Davidson tank. I've seen those tanks going at swap meets for about $1,400 just for the tank. So anyway, the bike's got 15,000 original miles on it. It's a 1974, and it's, other than the rear wheel, everything's original. Original disc, that's how that front fender turned out. Paint job looks absolutely perfect. Now, one thing about a California bike, and this is a California bike, you'll notice this thing's 50 years old. You won't see one speck of rust on any fastener anywhere. I've been polishing up the chrome a little bit, but rear fender worked out really good. Turns out totally nice. But anyway, listen, when you go to put these back on, the inside of this fender rail is extremely jagged. It's like Harley didn't bother to file them. So what I do, I'll take one of these cutting boards that costs about $1 at Dollar Tree, and I'll put them up in there, and I will tape them inside of here before I go to slip that fender on. And with that taped in place on both sides, you can slip that fender right up in there and then start the bolts, and nothing gets scratched. And then what I'll do is, every place where there's a screw, like here and here, I put these little plastic inserts in there, and then it doesn't actually touch the fender. Same thing with the license plate frame. I put these little plastic inserts underneath, and then it never scratches. Yeah, this is that 16-inch wheel. I'll eventually find the 18-inch at a swap meet, and I'll get that replaced. But everything else on it, every nut and bolt, everything is completely original. Right down to the exhaust. I mean, it has 65A 9N, the year 74. All this exhaust, the crossover tube, all the way down to these nuts and bolts. Everything is absolutely original. That's not. But you notice there's no rust anywhere. But everything's all original. So anyway, listen, when I built my last shovel, that was about 12 years ago. When I built that shovel, it had big fenders compared to this thing. And I had a 5.5-gallon fat bob, so there's two of them. Each side is bigger than this. But when I got that done, I had it done in canary yellow, and that paint job cost me $400. What would you guess? Now, California is more expensive than most other places. To get two fenders color matched and painted, and I mean painted absolutely pristine, what do you think that would cost? Well, anyway, it cost $100 for the color match and $600 for the paint. So the total cost was $700. But These bikes, Ironhead Sportsters with the original AMF tank in absolute mint, pristine condition, in California where I live, they go for about $8,000 to $9,000. So anyway, I wanted it to be absolutely perfect. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a quick once around. It's looking really, really good. Still got a couple of things to do to it. I got to rebuild the forks and re-grease the neck bearings. But other than that, it's pretty much done. I've been through it front to rear. So anyway, that's where we're at on the Ironhead. You guys all have a blessed day.